Throughout the years, I received an insane number of comments asking about which anime I would recommend, which ones I enjoyed. So for this video, I compiled 7 anime from 7 different categories that were perfect for me. They are unique, short, and even if you watch hundreds of animes, there might be one on this list that you haven't seen. Starting off with my favorite anime from last year, Bocchi the Rock is nothing short of phenomenal. In a lazy way, you could describe it as a better written version of K-On!, but it's a lot more than that. It's an amazing comedy with quite a simple premise, which allows the anime to explore its characters, making them feel more relatable and realistic, thanks to how much we know about them. The story develops from the perspective of Bocchi, a high school girl with social anxiety who tries her best to overcome it. She always had a hard time fitting in, doing things that are considered normal for most people. She was always scared to talk with others, to play with them, to just interact with them in any sort of way. She's basically scared of rejection, but tries her best to step out into the real world and make her dream come true no matter what. The anime has a thoughtful approach towards social anxiety, which it presents in a fun way that avoids victimizing Bocchi. This combined with visuals that show her energetic inner monologue in a unique way, making the whole show feel less repetitive. While the main theme is social anxiety and her way of getting over it, the anime also places a significant focus on music and how with the help of it she gained many friends, on whom the show also puts a lot more focus on as they are just as unique and interesting as Bocchi. The anime is essentially a journey of 4 high school girls pursuing their dreams and overcoming various everyday issues that make the story relatable and realistic. What I personally enjoyed the most about it, besides its insanely high quality, is the constant development of the characters. This aspect makes the whole show feel more relatable and somewhat motivational because it doesn't feel unrealistic. We have Bocchi, who tries her best to overcome her social anxiety, and by the end of the anime, she makes significant progress. For example, she can perform in front of an audience, or serve people while making eye contact, but that doesn't mean she has completely overcome it yet. She still makes mistakes, gets anxious over small things, and that's what makes her development feel realistic. I love the way it's written, the animation, and its insanely accurate performances. Overall, it's a really fun anime that can be enjoyed by everyone, despite the fact that it might appear a bit childish on the surface. Now the next anime on this list is not exactly an anime. It's a donghua, which is a Chinese animation. It's on Crunchyroll, it looks like an anime, it's basically an anime, okay? Link League follows Cheng Xiaoxi and Lu Huan, 2 guys who run a small shop called Time Photo Studio, where they fulfill their client requests using their extraordinary powers, which allow them to enter photographs. Lu has the power to see everything that happened 12 hours after the photograph was taken, while Cheng can enter these photos through the eyes of the photographer. After that, Lu leads Cheng through the past, ensuring they focus solely on fulfilling their client's request, because with one wrong move, they could alter the future of the person who took the picture and possibly impact countless other events as well. Together, they face countless unique stories without fully knowing what they are about to experience. There will be times when it becomes personal, requiring an insane amount of strength to set their feelings aside to accomplish this task they were paid to do. That's why they have 3 rules. Cheng only gets 12 hours, he has to follow Lu's lead no matter what, and regardless of the past or future, just let them be. Out of all the anime I watched, Link League probably has one of the strongest first episodes ever, leaving you completely dumbfounded. It's a time traveling anime filled with mysteries that constantly keep you on the edge of your seat, not knowing what's coming next. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's emotional. Every single episode ends with a cliffhanger that makes you want to watch the next one as quickly as possible. The second season is currently airing, making it a perfect reason to watch the anime now. However, if you are still not convinced, just listen to the opening. It's good, isn't it? The next anime is the Millionaire Detective, which follows Haru and Daisuke, a detective duo who are polar opposites of each other. They are assigned to be partners and forced to learn to work together to solve the cases they encounter. Haru is a more down-to-earth guy who believes in traditional investigate methods to solve the cases, while Daisuke on the other hand often uses his wealth to resolve cases in an unconventional way. He basically just throws money at everyone and everything, and that's exactly what makes the anime so much fun to watch. Thanks to the fact that its 2 main characters are polar opposites, the anime delivers a perfect blend of comedic and emotional scenes. As they learn and progress, they come to understand each other despite their differences, acknowledge their own shortcomings, and complement each other's strengths. While the anime may have a few weaknesses in its story, it more than makes up for them with its characters thanks to how much they progress and just how fun they are in general, which makes the anime really enjoyable to watch. I also just have to mention that the music is on another level. It was made by Kano Yugo, the person who made the OST for JoJo, so you know exactly what to expect from it. I probably spend the most time thinking about which Isekai anime I should choose, and for a beginner, it just has to be Konosuba. It's one of the most popular isekai anime that earned its popularity by making fun of its very own category. It exaggerates every single moment and takes everything to an over-the-top level. It's an isekai parody, but they execute it in a way that feels natural and genuinely enjoyable, lighthearted, and hilarious overall. The production quality behind it is better than probably any other isekai. Instead of having a complex story, the anime relies on typical character stereotypes and incorporates various MMO elements. One day your main character, Kazuma, dies a laughable and pathetic death and finds himself in front of a goddess named Aqua, who gives him the option to either reincarnate in a fantasy world or go to heaven. He chooses to reincarnate and as his last wish, takes the self-proclaimed goddess with himself. Konosuba doesn't aim to present an insanely unique story with highly detailed characters. In fact, the characters are written as stupidly as possible in a simple yet unique way that we haven't seen in other characters before. Aqua is the useless god who cannot do anything right. Darkness is a knight who can't seem to hit anything in combat. Megumin is a young mage obsessed with explosion magic, acting like she has second year syndrome, except her powers are real. And there's also Kazuma, who is just Kazuma. He's weird sometimes, but fairly normal compared to the others. Here we follow this party of abomination facing various challenges, quests and foes. The anime's sole purpose is to brighten your day, make you smile, let you relax and forget about your problems for a bit, and it does a damn amazing job. The next anime on this list is Panigular Senpai, which I just call the greatest clickbait in anime. Based on its title and cover art, you might expect something filled with fan service, but it actually has nothing to do with that, nor anything to do with bunny girls, other than a few scenes where our main character walks around in a bunny suit. The anime is actually a mix of romantic comedy and mystery, revolving around the idea of puberty syndrome, a rare disease that only affects teenagers and is usually related to their emotional struggles. Its symptoms are supernatural, shown in different forms like a character slowly disappearing or encountering duplicates of themselves. It's actually quite similar to what the first season of Clannad focused on. The story mainly follows Sakota, our male protagonist, who tries to help out girls dealing with this syndrome. While the story is really good, what I truly enjoyed were the characters themselves. They feel unique, quirky, and the interactions between them just feel natural. Especially noteworthy are the interactions between Sakota and Mai, the couple in the series who get together in the first few episodes. I love that the anime focuses on romance, yet it's not the sole center of the story. And I especially appreciate that it doesn't take 3 seasons for the main characters to get together. We actually get to see them as a couple for longer than just half an episode. This balance between drama and supernatural elements makes it a captivating and fulfilling story. With its top tier characters, amazing storyline and stunning visuals, there is no reason not to check it out. Now the next anime is probably the least popular one and it might be considered the weakest overall, however it was the show that got me back into anime in 2019 because of how much I enjoyed it. It's the reason I started watching more anime and the reason behind starting this channel, therefore I definitely think it's a perfect anime for beginners. My Roommate is a Cat revolves around Subaru Mikazuki, a socially awkward and introverted writer who usually prefers to be left alone and is not particularly fond in interacting with others, especially after the passing of his parents. It's really easy to relate to Subaru, considering how many of us have gone through similar things, and it definitely helped me move past certain feelings. What changed everything for him was when he unexpectedly adopted a stray cat that he encountered at his parents' graves. The cat, which he names Haru, is the one who saves his life. The anime presents the story in a really unique way by constantly switching between the perspective of Subaru and Haru, making us understand certain events from both viewpoints. Thanks to its way of storytelling, it brings a sense of depth to the anime and provides insight into the characters' emotions and feelings. As the episodes pass by, with the help of Haru, Subaru gradually opens up to the people around him. It's a really cute and heartwarming story that sheds light on mental health issues and showcases the process of healing in a sweet and endearing way. Now while My Roommate is a Cat is the least popular anime on this list, Mob Psycho is probably one of the most well-known one, largely due to the fact that it was written by the creator of One Punch Man. I just wanted to include a shonen that is actually unique, finished and doesn't contain fillers. The overall idea of it is really similar to One Punch Man. We have a character who is borderline unbeatable. However, what makes Mob Psycho much better, apart from the fact that it has a complete adaptation, is that it's filled with really unique characters that go through different kind of problems that we can relate to, including the journey of Mob, who just tries to live a normal life despite his immense physical powers. It explores Mob's internal struggles to understand himself, his relationship with others, and the choices he makes as he comes to terms with his true potential. I also have to talk about just how unique the anime itself looks. The The visuals closely follow the manga with a much more simplistic style, which allows the animators to create insanely well done fight scenes that elevated the anime to another level. Overall, these are the 7 animes that I would recommend to a beginner. If you have any other suggestions, leave a comment down below. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe so I don't become homeless. Also click on this video if you want to hear more about Bocchi the Rock. Goodbye.